So the instruction is going to take about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. It's going to be broken up into two sections. Part one, we're going to talk about watershed and what that means and what that looks like. And then part two, we're going to talk about using maps and compasses to navigate in the area. Does that make sense? Okay. Exploring the watershed. What does the word watershed mean? Have you heard that word before? No? You heard the word watershed before today? Not really? Grace, thank you for raising your hand. What do you know about water?
Like rivers or lakes.
Okay, something else to add to that?
Well, just about any body of water that drains into another.
Okay, good. So if we put all those pieces together, I think we have a good definition of a watershed. A watershed is an area of land that drains or runs off into a specific body of water. So look around where we are right now. If it rained here, if it was raining, what would happen to that rainwater? It would go downhill. So where would it go from here? You think that way's downhill? Do you guys agree? Yeah, I think that would make sense. Would all the water go downhill?
No.
What would happen to some of the other water? Yeah, some will definitely soak into the ground, and some of it will flow and run downhill. Does that make sense? Now eventually, as it goes downhill, what's it going to reach? A little stream. What do you think that stream would be around here? Do you remember? Nope. The stream. Rock Creek, right? So it'll eventually flow down into Rock Creek. Does that make sense? Now where the water in Rock Creek, do you know where Rock Creek goes to? And I said it on the hike, who remembers? Where does the Rock Creek flow to? So Lake Frank, yep. And then when it rains here, we have a connection to the bay, don't we? It's not a direct connection, but it goes downhill to Rock Creek, Potomac, to the bay. Does that make sense? Okay, here's a map, kind of a visual picture of the Chesapeake Bay watershed. We live in the Chesapeake Bay watershed because ultimately the water here flows into the bay. The star is where we are in Rockville. It goes into Rock Creek, into the Potomac, and the Potomac goes to the Chesapeake. Have you guys seen something like this before?
Yeah.
You can see the Chesapeake Bay watershed is very big. It's 64,000 square miles. It's New York, Pennsylvania, a little bit of Delaware, Washington, D.C., Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. So it's a lot of area. Where do you think the high elevation is, or uphill is, on this map?
Next to like Pennsylvania.
Next to Pennsylvania, like up here? Okay. That's exactly right. The high elevation is going to be kind of around the border because all this water is going to flow, just like you said, downhill to the bay. Okay? Good start. Any questions so far? You understand watershed? Okay, we're going to add some more onto that now. Study to know if it's a healthy watershed, if it's keeping the bay clean, if it's keeping the rivers clean. So you can look at the water. You can test the water and say, is that healthy? And you have a class called stream study. And stream study is going to test the health of the water. To know if the water's healthy, if the stream's healthy. But what's the other bigger component of a watershed? Not just water, but plants, and they're on the what? The earth, the land, the forest, right? So this class, we're going to be studying the land component of the watershed to assess how healthy it is. And the land component around all these streams and rivers and the bay is a new term that you maybe haven't heard, maybe you have, but it's called riparian buffer zone. Raise your hand if you've heard of that. That's what I thought. So we're going to be talking about riparian buffer zones because that is the land that's right around here. So what you're going to get from Nicole is each group is going to get every two people. We're going to share. It's a fact sheet about riparian buffer zones. And I'm going to give you a minute to just read a little bit about riparian buffer zones. The first three sections are uses and what is it. Those are the sections that I'd like you to read. With your group, share with your neighbor, and then we'll discuss it together. When you get your sheet, take a few minutes. and just read a little bit about what a riparian buffer zone is. Good. So, what is a riparian buffer? Number one, what is it? What is it made of? What is it composed of?
It's like an area of trees and like a forest next to a body of water.
Okay, so it's an area of trees and plants and shrubs. Okay, an area of trees and plants like a forest. That's the what. Where is it? You said it. Next to a body of water. So it's an area of trees. That's the what. The where is next to a body of water. And the why, or the what does it do? What is it used for? This would be in the what is it section, second paragraph. What is it used for? That forested area near a body of water. Yes? It reduces pollution. Yes. How does it do that? That's exactly what it does. How does it do that? Okay? So the plants can actually filter out pollution and nutrients and sediment, that's like dirt, out before it gets to the waterway, right, before it gets to the stream. So it can filter out pollution. What else does that riparian buffer do? Because it has some other uses, some other functions. I've talked to these people a lot today. Is there anyone that I haven't talked to that has an idea? Yes, thank you.
To reduce erosion.
How does it do that? What's erosion, first of all?
It's like when a pathway of water that runs down
It runs down, and as it's running over the land, what is it taking with it? And it's wearing away or eroding away what? Dirt and leaves. And where's that dirt going to end up? In the water. Is that good or bad? Yeah, we don't want a lot of extra dirt in the water. It makes it cloudy, and that's almost a form of pollution. So it can control erosion because the roots of the trees keep that soil very stable. It can filter the nutrients. What else does that riparian buffer like a forest? What else does it do? Yes, provides food for animals, and it provides a home for them, a habitat for them. So animals live here. What did we see when we walked here? We saw, did you guys see the deer? They were way over there. So we know that animals live here. It provides a home, a habitat, and food. Good. And it can also make the stream, if it's very close to the stream, it can make the stream nice and shady. And a shady stream, a cool stream, is healthier than a warm, sunny stream. Okay, I'm going to stop there and see if there's any questions about riparian buffer zone. Can someone summarize in your own words what a riparian buffer zone is? Grace, go for it.
It's an area of like trees, forests, like shrubs, and like plant life that is next to a watershed, or like it's next to a river or creek, and it gives a habitat to animals and provides food and stuff, and it helps stop pollution and like strengthens like the bank or something.
Strengthens the bank and the soil so the dirt doesn't flow into the water. That was an excellent definition. That was really, really good. I can definitely tell you've been paying attention. Any questions about that? So today you're going to be exploring and kind of walking around all this many acres around the Smith Center, looking at the riparian buffer to know, is it healthy? Is it in good condition? Is it going to help protect the stream by reducing erosion, filtering pollution, and providing habitat? So what do you think would be some characteristics of that riparian buffer zone that would make it in good condition to protect the stream? What might we be looking for as we're walking around in the forest? What would you want it to look like?